Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the last pour of 2024. The last pour of 2024. And we're grateful to God. Thank you for getting on. Thank you for tagging someone. Thank you for sharing. We got 36 people on right now. Let's get 36 shares. Hit that share button because we are closing out the year 2024. 2024 is ending. Good morning to you all. I hope you all are having a good week thus far. And I pray today is going to be phenomenal for you. If you are not having church or planning on going to church tonight, I want to invite you to share with us. If you are closer to Raleigh, MMCC Raleigh is having worship tonight, having church tonight at 10 p.m., 1500 Gardner Road. If you are closer to Goldsboro, Deeper Life Church Ministries is having church at 10 p.m., 911th Street. And both churches will help you to enter into the new year in a great way. Tonight is about praising God. Tonight is about giving God glory. So join any of those churches at 10 p.m. Bring in the new year. And then you could go get your, what y'all be doing, fish and black eyed peas. Whatever y'all superstition thing is. Yeah, y'all do that. Go ahead and do that after that. All right. I want to share with you today. We did last 2 weeks, we were doing 5 things that you need in 2025, and then 5 things that you don't need in 2025. And today I want to challenge you because I already know, especially if you're connected to either of our churches, you're gonna get that much teaching tonight, and then we're gonna have church. Tonight is a night of reflection. I want to share this with you to make you think a little bit. I pray that because if you were on the past 2, if you were on the past 2 weeks, then you probably have taken a day to prepare for 2025. If you remember me talking about that, I talked about, hold on just a moment. I didn't even notice this wasn't in. There we go. Okay, so I talked about you all taking a day and really mapping out your 2025 goals that you wanted to reach, vision that you had, all of that. So you probably have already done that. But there's something that really comes to mind. First of all, we always look for something. We're expecting change always from an external chronological event. Every time we get to the end of the year, we expect the next year, everything about us and our life change because time changed. When it's not about what we call kairos, which is time just passes, or chronos, which is time just passes, but it is about kairos, which speaks to a particular season. And so it is because of our shifting of our mindset that we are able to walk into a different season in 2025. And truthfully, if it is more of Kairos than Chronos, if it is more about season changing rather than time changing. And many of us are already in 2025. We have already closed chapters, closed doors, closed things out from 2024. And tonight will be our night of celebration for what we are going to experience in 2025. But we are made the change mentally. We've already made some adjustments in our life. I know that I have made up my mind about some things I'm not going to continue in the next year, or some things I'm going to implement in the next year. And so we cannot continually every year look for something to change because time changed. If you were mean at 11:59 2024, you're gonna be mean at 12 o'clock 2025. If you were a liar at 11:59 2024, you're gonna be a liar at 12 o'clock 2025. If 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 you were horrible with money at 11:59 2024, you're gonna be horrible with money at 12/2025. All right, so it is not about the time changing, it's about us changing, our mindset changing. All right, so I want you to make sure you hold on to that as you go into this new year. Now, the great thing about the time changing is that it does represent a fresh start. It does represent a fresh start. And so I always thank God for the present year. And I ask him to help me to operate with a fresh mind and a fresh start in the new year. It's like you got a clean slate and you get to strive to do better, right? I want you to embrace fresh start. Would you just type that, a fresh start, a fresh start, a fresh start. I'm going to maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to discipline myself with my finances. I'm going to strive to love better. I'm going to strive to keep up with my family more. Whatever those things were that you said you're going to do in the new year, that you're going to strive to accomplish, you have a fresh start. January 1, we're walking into a fresh start. And it is important. What I call today's time of impartation is for real this time. For real this time. The reason I entitled it For Real This Time is because here's what we do. You may not admit it, and I'll probably say this again tonight in our service, but most of the time at the end of the year, you can check Facebook and people are complaining about the current year. Anywhere that lasts after Thanksgiving, people are talking about how bad 2024 was and how they were done wrong in 2024 and how people did them so wrong and overlooked them and betrayed them in 2024. And 2024 was my testing year. In 2025, I'm going to walk into the newness of what God has for me. And that, every year at the end of the year, we are complaining about how horrible that year was and then declaring that the next year is going to be your year. All right. I just believe, and this is kind of the premise of my message tonight. I just believe that we have to shift our mindset. No, I saw God's grace this year. I saw God's mercy this year. I saw increase. I saw abundance. I saw overflow. I saw his protection. I saw his redirection. I saw his help. I saw his love. I made it through a lot. I've been through a lot. I experienced a lot. I had some down times. I had some low moments. But I also broke some chains off my life. I broke some some bondage off of my life. I saw the I saw the faithfulness of the Lord. So it's I'm not going to complain about this year, but I'm going to thank God for this year, and then look for the increase in the next year. You ain't got time to be complaining at the end of every year about what you've been through this year. Every year can't be bad. And what is it about your faith that at the end of every year, it doesn't match what you said at the beginning? How at the end of every year, you end up complaining when you just said at the beginning of the year that this going to be your year? Did you miss something? Did you overlook something? Did you ignore something? So that there has to be a shifting in the mindset. Now, here's my premise for today. And I'm not going to be long today, y'all. All right. I'm almost done. My premise for today in saying for real this time is that those things that I said I'm going to accomplish, I'm going to do, I'm going to change about myself, about my personality, about my mentality, about what I'm doing, about what I stop to do, about my goals, about my dreams. This time we're going to do it. This is not 2025 cannot be the year where you make all of these New Year's resolutions, but then by the end of February, you have forgotten what they were. You don't even know where the paper is where you wrote down your New Year's resolutions. This cannot be the year where we repeat a cycle and fall into another year of failure. Okay? No, for real this time. I'm going to walk in my calling. For real this time. I'm going to save money. For real this time. I'm going to change my attitude. For real this time. I'm going to put that particular sin away. For real this time. I want us to walk into your New Year's Eve service, wherever it may be, with the mentality that for real this time, there's going to be some change. And change takes a lot from us because change messes with our normal. It messes with our tradition that we have fallen into. It messes with our mindset. It messes with our regular. It messes with our current. But change is necessary if we're going to see something different. You cannot go into 2025 saying that you're going to do something different. You're going to have something different if you do not make change. You got to make some changes. You got to make some changes. If you're not willing to do something different than what you've always done, you're not going to see anything different. If you always do what you've always done, you will always have what you've always had. So there has to be some changing. That is the word you're going to have to embrace. I'm focused on the word rebuild in the month of January, probably a little bit of February. I'm going to be teaching our people the word rebuild because there's a lot that we're going to have to embrace that needs changing. There's a lot of mindsets that we've been operating in that needs changing. There's a lot of things that we've allowed to become a tradition for us. They become a part of our nature. They become a part of our mindset, a part of our thought process that have become habits in our life that don't need to be habits. And there needs to be some revamping. There needs to be some change. All right. Oh man, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So I want us to walk into 2025 saying, for real this time, the things that you wrote down on your day of writing out your vision, or if you're going to do that today, or if you're going to do it on January 1st when you have the day off, I want you to really put it on your refrigerator or put it on your mirror in your bathroom or put it on your prayer wall, what have you. But these are the things that I'm going to absolutely change this year, right? Do not go to heaven saying that I wish I would have. Woo! We were talking yesterday about how, preachers always deal with scrutiny about it, and stem from something that Prophet Hall said in our church on Saturday. But we were talking about how preachers are go through so much scrutiny because of the car that they drive, or because of the house that they live in, or because of the clothes that they wear, as if we are supposed to equate Christianity or equate being saved to struggle, which is not the case at all. But I was saying that I'm not going to heaven saying I wish I would have bought that car. I wish I would have got that house. And the reason I didn't was because of the fear of what people had to say. You don't need to leave out of 2025 with regrets. Do not walk into this next year and then walk out of this next year with regrets. Say, I wish I would have gone back to school. I wish I would have gone back to school. I wish I would have bought that car. I wish I would have celebrated myself. I wish I would have applauded my own wins. I don't know why that just came to me, but somebody needs to do that before we even get into 2025. And somebody needs to maintain that in 2025. You need to learn to celebrate you. You are too busy, Deacon Bradley, that's for you as well. You're too busy trying to hustle. You're too busy trying to get to a certain place, and you're not celebrating what you have accomplished. You need to celebrate the fact that you still have a roof over your head this year. Well, many people faced eviction. Many people threw in the towel. You need to celebrate this year that you kept your family together, that you're a single mother, but you maintain protection and oversight for your children, and you provided for your family. You need to celebrate you. Yeah. You need to celebrate your wins. You are so focused on the main goal that you're not appreciating the goals that you are reaching on the way to that goal. Listen, you gotta celebrate you. I remember writing out financial goals one year, but as I was writing out financial goals, I remember, like I was saying, I'm all right. When I get to this amount, I'm going to buy this. When I get to this amount, I'm going to go eat here. When I get to this amount, I'm going to fly here, because you have to be able to celebrate your wins. Huh? You've done a lot. Sometimes we get so caught up with what we don't have and what we did not accomplish that you overlook what you did accomplish. But you did this. All right. I need you to say that throughout this entire day. I need you to think back over 2024, and I need you to say, but I did this. No, I didn't accomplish that. I didn't reach this goal. I didn't, that didn't happen, but I did do this. I did handle that. I did overcome that. I did cut that person off. I did get rid of that mindset. I did get over that habit. You have to celebrate you. Celebrate the wins. Huh? You didn't completely get over that, but you're not crying as much today as you were in January. Hello. Celebrate your wins. That's for somebody. I need to add that to my notes tonight. We're going to have a praise break in the middle of the message, celebrating our wins. So you have to celebrate you. I don't even know where I was. That point, that just took me somewhere else. But you have to learn to celebrate you. You have to learn to celebrate you. So as we go into 2025, the mindset has to be for real this time. For real this time. This is the year I'm going to do it. Right? Surround yourself around people who will encourage your discipline. Discipline and initiative, two things that come to mind. And I probably talked about those the week before last. But discipline and initiative come to mind because you're going to need them in order to accomplish. The reason we don't accomplish a lot is because of bad habits that keep us from being successful. So we need discipline in this next season. Huh? No, I have some goals I did not reach this year. So I had to reevaluate. Where did I procrastinate? Where did I get off focus? Where did I assume laziness? Where did I have too much going on that I could not get to what I was supposed to be doing? And in that, and looking at all that, you have to say, all right, so where do I need to apply discipline? Where do I need to apply discipline this year? How a person who's majorly organized, where do I need to organize more? Where do I need to make some adjustments in my life more? Yeah. Right. So discipline is important. Initiative is important. Do not wait. Go. Do. Stand up and do. Make yourself move. Make yourself get out of bed. Make yourself pull up that computer and find that information. Research. Make yourself do it. Take the initiative. Right? For real this time. Nah. I keep saying that this is my year. This is my year. This is my year. Only to end up disappointed at the end of the year. No, for real this time. Here's something that comes to mind because 12 months is a lot. 12 months is a lot, which means you're going to have to do a checkup, a reset as often as you need to. Some of us, we're going to have to operate the first quarter of the year. Stop, reset. Take a day off, relax, get your energy back, get your mind back, and then start again. Don't try to push through with this January 1st energy. Don't try to push through all the way from January to December. No, some of us gonna have to go a month. Some of us have to go 2 months and stop, reset, refocus, revisit our vision, revisit our dreams, revisit our aspirations, reset our mind. All right. Because sometimes our goal is too far and we get weary in well-doing. All right. So we need to stop and reset, refocus. All right. For someone like me, it's going to have to be monthly because I have so much going on at one time. I have to stop monthly and say, okay, let's reset because we got to keep the same energy. So let's reset our energy. Let's reset. Let's celebrate what we accomplished. Let's go back and do an analysis of what we didn't, what I need to do better. Some of you don't need to be petty in 2025. You need to work on that. You need to work on that. You need to work on not being petty. You need to work on not posting subliminal messages. You need to work on not allowing yourself to get caught up in secondhand offense. Ooh, I'm getting into too much of my message for tonight. We'll talk about that later. All right. So for real this time, as we're walking into 2025, if you're walking into 2025, the mindset has to be for real this time. This is not the year to play games. If you have not written out your goals, your vision for the next year, I want you to do that today. Do that today. As a matter of fact, take time when you get off of this live and write out what you want to see in your life in 2025. I had 30 goals in 2024. There's some goals I had to add to that list, and I didn't accomplish all this year. So a lot of them run over to the next year. So going into this next year, I have 20 something goals that I have to accomplish, have to do. And you have to stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. All right. Let's work. Let's work, y'all. 2025 is here. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Pour in the year 2024. We're going to keep it as consistent as possible. You already know the only time that I'm not on The Pour is maybe I'm sick or I'm traveling at the time that The Pour is going on. Other than that, I want you to jump on my page real quick. I posted my schedule. I am teaching 9 times per week starting in the month of January at the first Sunday. I'm teaching 9 times per week, but I will be on virtually for The Pour every Tuesday at 7 a.m. So I want you to make sure that you're on with me. All right. And then there's other places that you can catch me at either location virtually if you're not a part of our church. So, hey, I'm looking forward to rocking with y'all in 2025. It's going to be an amazing year. I believe that God is going to do amazing things. I'm declaring personally a record-breaking year in 2025. That's my personal declaration, personal mindset that I'm moving forward in. I invite you to do the same. All right. You all have a great day. See my internet about to start messing up. You all have a great day. I love you all. I'll see you in 2025.